We're just down from St George's Street on Broad Lane in Sheffield, and here we are at the Mappin building. I'll take you right round to the front of it. It's going to be a bit of a delay while I cross the road. The first thing I want to do is point out these Jewish type crosses on the building. They're all around the building everywhere you look, but also the lower levels. Now, has the building been sunk into the ground because of the height variance, or is there another reason why this building's actually so far in the ground? So here's a better angle on it. You can just see how far the building is into the actual ground compared with the street level. You can see the handrail just above the street level there. It's sunk in quite a long way. But is the explanation down to engineering works or what? So we're now on Mappin Street. I can't believe it's raining again. I came in the other day to film the building and it was raining and I gave up, but we are seeing a bit of blue sky now. But what I find, you can see the Jewish type crosses all around the building. So we're on Mappin Street, and Sir Frederick Mappin was behind the building of this. I don't know whether they gave all the money to the building of this building, or whether he was just a figurehead behind it. But to me, this building looks far too grand for a university building. It's just on a different level. Now, I don't know if this was built at the same time as the main part of it just here. But the grandness of this main bit here where you come in is just on a different level. So it's just absolutely fantastic, this main area here. I mean, look at this. What do you call them, chubs? But just look at the windows. You can probably see the window colour better from where I am, but I reckon it's going to be quite glorious inside there when the sun's shining through those windows. But I just don't believe this was gifted to a university. It's just, to me, it looks like a stately home of some kind. It doesn't look like something that was just solely built for a university. It's way too grand, especially from donation. And we'll just go up to the actual nameplates on the building and have a look at those. I just heard a wino bottle drop down then. So this is a Faculty of Engineering. Same again, from this angle you can see how far down it goes. So is that engineering works due to the hills in Sheffield, or is that down to this being buried in some sort of mud flood? Make your own verdict on it. And there you can find out more about Sir Frederick Mappin. But you'll have seen my precursor to this Mappin and Webb video, so it's really an add-on to the Mappin and Webb, because until I came across this building last week, I never even registered with Mappin and Webb, and it was probably the biggest cutlery firm in Sheffield. But this setting in Portobello, it just seems from a different world. I mean, you're building university buildings like this, and people are living in slums. Well, that's what they consider them, slums. But you could actually build a building like this for the university, but you didn't house people. Either we didn't care about people, or some historical facts are not quite right. I'm just going to have a bit more of a look at this frontage from this side. Just let you make your own mind up. Was this really built for a university and donated by a guy called Frederick Mappin? We'll just go around the side as well. It's actually dry where I live. I was expecting it to be dry and windy in Sheffield, but it's wet and windy in Sheffield. There is a cornerstone on this, but there are different dates for when this building was built. So this cornerstone just here, to me, is well after what they claim the actual building date of the main building. So I mean, Victorians were photographing buildings and stuff back in the 19th century, but you can never find any construction photos for any of these buildings. But there's pictures of all the soldiers in the Civil War in America, and we can film building of glorious buildings like this. But like I said, look at the Jewish stars, they're absolutely everywhere on this building. It gets even worse on the next one. But Mappin and Webb is such an interesting company, especially now that I found out that they were #1 poultry in London, and that glorious building was knocked down. And it's really funny because I was watching a video about a reset by my lunch break, and he mentioned the Mappin and Webb building in poultry in London, #1 poultry, and I remember seeing that before it was knocked down, and they actually replaced it with the most awful building. How they got away with knocking down such a glorious building. But Mappin and Webb really deserves some more investigation. And I've seen well, you'll have also seen it, the picture of the mapping workshop on Norfolk Street in Sheffield, and then you look at the quality of this in comparison. I mean, it's on another level. Where did all this money come from for this building? Did this Sir Frederick Mappin donate all the money for the building, or was he just a figurehead in the money? Or did he just gift a repurposed building to the university, and his name was used as a figurehead again. So you can see the modern part of the uni up here. I just wanted to show you that this is the Amy Johnson part of it. But it's quite some building. If anybody else has got more information on Mappin and Webb or this side of things, I mean, I will do more and more research on it over time, but it does take time. But if anybody else has got information on it, I'd be really interested to hear from you. So on Portobello Road, I think, just down here. But like, just imagine when this was allegedly built, people were living in absolutely awful accommodation, and they could afford to build this for the university. What about the people? So that's it, just a quick view on the Mappin building. This takes you down to Trippett Lane in Sheffield, but you can see the modern Robert Hadfield building here for the university. We all know about Hadfields, don't we? Massive steel company in the east end of Sheffield with the East Eckler Works, etc. So that's it, over and out from Sheffield. You don't know whether it wants to rain or whether it wants to shine.